You walk into a store thinking kitchen appliances are built to last a decade. You buy a new dishwasher, oven, fridge, or microwave expecting it to quietly run in the background for the next 10 years. But here's what nobody tells you. In 2025, a shocking number of appliances are engineered to fail fast. Manufacturers are cutting corners with cheaper motors, weaker compressors, thinner metal, more plastic parts, and so-called smart features that glitch out months after you bring the appliance home. That shiny new dishwasher, some models die in 18 months. That modern smart oven, it might never hold the right temperature. And refrigerators today are infamous for failing ice makers, loud compressors, broken door sensors, and control board nightmares. Even microwaves, the simplest appliance in your kitchen, are sparking, shorting out, or losing power way earlier than they should. If you buy the wrong appliance in 2025, you're not just wasting money up front. You're gambling with early failures, expensive repairs that cost almost as much as replacement, and appliances that barely limp past their warranty period. One bad purchase can cost you hundreds, maybe thousands, in frustration and replacement costs. Today, I'm breaking down the worst offenders, the appliance categories that consistently fail, and the brands that still build things to last in 2025. Before you spend a single dollar upgrading your kitchen, you need to hear this. Let's get into it. Number 9, worst budget microwaves. Let's start with something almost everyone overlooks: cheap microwaves. Budget microwaves all look identical from the outside. Stainless steel finish, digital display, maybe a turntable. But inside, they're using the weakest components in the entire kitchen appliance world. Here's what goes wrong. The keypads stop responding after 1 to 2 years. You'll press start 5 times before it finally registers. Door switches fail, meaning the microwave won't start unless you slam. The door shut. The magnetron, the part that actually heats your food, burns out early, leaving you with weak, uneven heating. And after heavy use, you'll start noticing random sparks and electrical smells that make you nervous every time you press a button. Buying the cheapest microwave is like buying shoes made of cardboard. They look fine on day one, but they're destroyed by the weekend. So, skip the ultra-budget $50 to $80 microwaves. They're essentially disposable. Spend a little more, get a proven brand, and save yourself the headache of replacing it in 2 years. But here's where most buyers get blindsided. Number 8, low-tier refrigerators. GE Value Line, Insignia, RCA. Refrigerators are the most expensive appliance to fail, and budget models fail the fastest. When you see a $299 or $399 fridge at a big box store, it looks appealing. Clean design, decent space, maybe even an ice maker. But these Value Line refrigerators cut corners in the worst possible places. The compressors are weak. Within 2 to 3 years, the fridge starts warming up, your food spoils faster, and you're staring at a repair bill that's half the price of the fridge itself. Ice makers jam, leak, or die completely within the same time frame. The fans are cheap, which means loud, buzzing, and uneven cooling. And when something breaks, replacement parts often cost more than the refrigerator is worth. These fridges look nice under store lighting, but they're built with shortcuts that hurt you long term. You're better off buying a mid-tier model from a reliable brand, or even a refurbished unit with proven longevity. This next part is where things really go wrong. Number 7, cheap dishwashers. Dishwashers are one of the hardest working appliances in your kitchen, and entry-level models are notorious for failing pumps and control boards. Here's the pattern. Drain pumps burn out early because they're underpowered and can't handle daily loads. Control boards glitch, leaving you stuck mid-cycle with a dishwasher full of dirty water. The insulation is thin, so the machine rattles and hums loud enough to hear from the next room. And the lower-grade plastics warp over time from the heat and moisture, causing doors to misalign and seals to fail. Budget dishwashers rarely make it past the 5-year mark. And when they fail, you're looking at a repair bill that's often 70 to 80% of the cost of a new unit. If you're buying a dishwasher in 2025, don't go bottom tier. Spend a little more for a proven model with a stainless steel tub and a reliable pump system. It'll save you thousands in the long run. What I'm about to say next might surprise you. Number 6, fragile air fryer and blender brands. Air fryers and portable blenders are the most recall-prone products in the modern kitchen. These appliances became trendy fast, and manufacturers rushed to flood the market with cheap versions. The result? Dangerous failures. Cheap motors overheat and burn out after a few months of use. Portable blenders with built-in batteries have overheating risks that can lead to fires. Air fryers with melting plastic components, or glass doors that shatter under heat, handles that break off mid-use, heating elements that fail completely or create hot spots that char your food. These aren't just inconveniences. These are actual safety hazards. So stick to quality brands with established safety records. Avoid the ultra-cheap no-name brands you see flooding online marketplaces. If an air fryer or blender is suspiciously inexpensive, there's a reason. It's a hazard zone waiting to happen. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Number 5. Overhyped smart ovens. Ovens don't need smart technology. And adding it creates brand new failure points that didn't exist before. Smart ovens sound impressive on paper. Preheat from your phone, set timers remotely, get notifications when your food is ready. But in practice, these features introduce glitchy touchscreens that freeze or become unresponsive, Wi-Fi modules that die, rendering all those smart features completely useless, inaccurate temperature control that ruins your cooking because the sensors aren't calibrated properly, and replacement control boards that cost almost as much as the oven itself. It's like putting a touchscreen on a toaster. Impressive until it freezes mid-toast. Smart ovens are cool until they break. And when they break, you're stuck with an expensive repair or an oven that can't do the one thing it's supposed to do, heat food reliably. So stick to reliable, simple heating systems. Mechanical controls last longer, cost less to repair, and don't leave you stranded when the Wi-Fi module dies 3 years in. This next one is tricky. Number 4. Decent but inconsistent brands. Some brands have a mix of great models and truly terrible ones. The inconsistency makes them risky. You'll find brands where certain units last for a decade with 0 issues, while others die in 3 years. They release frequent updates that introduce new glitches instead of fixing old problems. Build quality varies wildly depending on the model line, even within the same year. And replacement parts for older units are hard to find because the company keeps discontinuing support. You can't just trust the brand name. You have to research individual models, read reviews, check reliability ratings, and look for patterns and complaints. A brand that makes a great refrigerator might make a terrible dishwasher. Don't assume consistency. And that brings us to the uncomfortable truth. We're halfway through this list. And here's the reality most people don't want to hear. Most modern kitchen appliances fail because they're designed with shortcuts. Manufacturers use thinner metal to save costs. They replace metal gears with plastic ones that wear down faster. They add electronics that can't handle the heat and moisture of daily kitchen use. And that stainless steel finish everyone loves? It's just a shell. It doesn't tell you anything about the reliability of the components underneath. The appliance industry has shifted. It's no longer about building something that lasts 15 years. It's about hitting a price point, looking premium, and lasting just long enough to get past the warranty period. But don't stress. There are still brands that build appliances the old school way. They focus on mechanical quality, durable motors, and long-term parts support. And that's exactly what we're covering next. Let's break down the winners. Number 3. Best value dishwasher brand, Bosch 300 and 500 series. If you want long-term reliability in a dishwasher under $1,000, Bosch is your answer. Bosch has built its reputation on proven motors and pump systems that handle daily use without breaking down. Their machines are known for quiet operation, some of the quietest dishwashers on the market. They use stainless steel tubs that resist odors and last longer than plastic alternatives, and their drying performance is consistently excellent, which is something cheaper dishwashers struggle with. The 300 and 500 series models hit the sweet spot. They're affordable without cutting corners on the parts that matter. You're not paying for gimmicks or unnecessary smart features. You're paying for a machine that washes dishes reliably, quietly, and efficiently. Best for families, apartments, and anyone running daily wash cycles. Bosch's reliability means fewer service calls, cheaper long-term ownership, and appliances that actually make it to the 10-year mark. But the next category is even more critical. Number 2, best refrigerator line, Whirlpool or GE standard models. Refrigerators are expensive. When they fail, it's a disaster. That's why reliability matters more here than anywhere else. Whirlpool and GE's standard models avoid the overcomplicated electronics that plague modern fridges. They use reliable compressors that maintain consistent temperatures. Their basic ice makers last longer because they're simpler designs with fewer points of failure. Replacement parts are easy to find and affordable, which matters when something eventually needs fixing. And temperature control is stable, which means your food stays fresh without constant adjustments. These aren't the flashiest refrigerators. You won't get touchscreens, Wi-Fi connectivity, or cameras inside the fridge. But you will get a machine that runs quietly, keeps your food cold, and lasts 10 to 15 years with minimal maintenance. Best for busy households, seniors, and anyone who values long-term reliability over trendy features. Fewer failures mean fewer headaches. And when appliances cost this much, that peace of mind is worth everything. And that brings us to the top choice. Number 1. Best overall kitchen appliance brand, 2025. Whirlpool. Whirlpool consistently ranks above average across multiple appliance categories. And that consistency is what makes them the best overall choice for 2025. Here's why. Whirlpool uses simple mechanics that last. They don't overcomplicate their designs with unnecessary tech. Their parts are affordable and easy to source, which means repairs don't cost a fortune. And their repair network is strong, so when something does go wrong, you can get it fixed quickly and cheaply. Whirlpool appliances aren't flashy. They're not trying to be the coolest, smartest, most connected machines in your kitchen, but they work. They last. And they don't leave you stranded with expensive failures 2 years after purchase. Best use cases? Families who cook daily? Landlords who need reliable appliances that don't require constant maintenance calls? Budget-aware buyers who want quality without overpaying for features they'll never use? And anyone upgrading their kitchen who values longevity over trends. Warranty-wise, Whirlpool has a strong service network, which means repairs are straightforward and parts are readily available. That's the kind of support that matters when you're planning to keep an appliance for a decade or more, and that's the real difference. Here's the shocking truth about 2025 appliances. The problem isn't just individual brands or specific models. It's the way the entire industry has shifted. Appliances are being built to fail from the inside out. Cheaper components, weaker motors, and electronics that can't handle long-term use. The goal isn't to build something that lasts 15 years anymore. It's to build something that looks premium, hits a competitive price point, and lasts just long enough to avoid warranty claims. And once you understand that, everything changes. You stop trusting the stainless steel finish, you stop believing the marketing, and you start looking at what actually matters. Motor quality, mechanical simplicity, and brand reliability over time. That's the lens you need in 2025. Modern kitchen appliances look better than ever. Stainless doors, sleek touch panels, Wi-Fi apps, bold marketing. But behind those shiny surfaces, many 2025 appliances fail because of cheap internal parts, weaker motors, and electronics that weren't designed for daily heat, moisture, and heavy use. The worst categories: budget microwaves, low-tier refrigerators, cheap dishwashers, fragile air fryers, and glitchy smart ovens cut corners you won't notice until it's too late. And with repair costs climbing, one failure can wipe out any money you thought you saved up front. But not everything is broken. Some brands still build appliances to last. Bosch dishwashers, Whirlpool and GE refrigerators and ranges, and Whirlpool as the best overall pick for kitchens in 2025. If you follow a simple checklist, you'll avoid 90% of the headaches. Prioritize reliability over features. Avoid super cheap smart models. Look for metal parts, not thin plastic. And buy from brands with proven repair networks. Before you upgrade anything in your kitchen, use these reliability filters. Check reviews, research individual models, and don't trust the surface. If this video saved you from wasting your money, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.